Yeah, hi Sachin. Guys, let me know in chat whether I'm clearly audible or not. If I'm perfectly audible, give me a thumbs up in chat so that we can start. And as I can see, there is very few participants, right? So let's wait for 1 more minute and then we'll start as more people join the session, right? Yes, guys. Let's wait for few more minutes. Yeah, guys. We'll be starting the session at 8:05. 8:05, guys. Guys, today's session is very much important as we are going to learn the properties in CSS. If you would not know that what property is used for what functionality and for what look, you would not be able to design your web pages in a way that you really want to design it, right? So this session is really important because in this session you are going to learn how you can make your web page more stylish with the properties of css. Yes, guys. We'll be starting in a minute, guys. So if you can share this session with with your known who is attending this session from the very first, you can like please share. Yeah, we'll be starting at 8:05. We'll be starting at 8:05. Yeah, good evening, Kriti. Good evening, my blog. Yeah, good evening, guys. We are starting now. We are starting now. It is 8:05, and guys, we are starting now. So, the like as I already have told you guys in yesterday's session that in today's session we are going to learn the properties in CSS, right? Look, properties is really important because if you would not know property, you would not be able to design your web pages as you are really want, right? So if you want to design your web pages in a way you really want, then you definitely need to know that what properties you can use to get or to achieve the design you are aspiring for. right guys? Right? Yeah. So today's session is very much important. If somebody who has not joined the session, like who is continue who is consistent in this in this boot camp and are not able to join, uh, let them know that to join the session, because this session is very important. If they would not, if they miss the session, they are not going to understand the further concepts, right? Like they would be able to understand the further concept, but they would not be able to design a web pages in a very effective way. Yes guys. So let's start the session. Let's start the session, guys. Hello, am I fast? Am I fast or am I slow? Because some people were saying that I used to be little bit fast. So is it that I used to be fast? Kriti, my blog, Shathi, Sachin, anyone guys? Are you guys able to understand what I teach? Hope so guys. Let's move ahead. So the very first property that we are going to learn over here, but before we explore the properties in CSS, let me give you a quick overview that what we have covered yesterday. We have covered selector. We have covered selector. And see guys, selector is also very important, because if you want to change some the design. Yeah, good my blog. uh, okay, so if you want to change the visibility, or you can say the style of in any particular element, right? So you definitely need to know that how you can select that particular element. Let's say I'm having a button over here, right? I'm having a button over here, and now if I want to change the background color, or let's say if I want to change its pseudo state action, like it's, if somebody hover his mouse on this button, I want some some different color to be in its background, right? So yeah, Paradha, hello. So those kind of things we can achieve if and only if we are able to select this particular element, select this particular element. And of course, to select this particular element, obviously you need to take the help of selector. So selector is important. And in today's session we are going to learn this properties, guys. We are going to learn properties. So the very first property that we are going to cover today is the colors. Colors. Yes, guys. So today's we are going to learn the very first properties of CSS. In CSS is the color. So let's say actually we already have done so many examples on this color property, right? So let's say you are having a h1 tag over here, h1 element, you can say. There is content in between of this opening and closing tag, right? This is the opening tag and this is the closing tag, and in between of these tag you are having the content. You are having the content, whatever message you want to be displayed. And this opening tag, closing tag, and this content as a whole, we call it a h1 element, right? If I want to change its color, how can we do that? How can we do that? Firstly we will need to select it. Firstly we will need to select it. So I am selecting it now uh, using an element selector. So obviously you know that how to what is the syntax for element selector, guys. Okay, so what I will do now, I will use the color property. And I already have explained you, the syntax of CSS, the syntax of CSS. One second, guys. The syntax of CSS. Let me give you another syntax of CSS. Can anyone of you guys tell me the what is the syntax for CSS? It's very simple, guys. Firstly you write the property name. right? And then you write its value, then you write its value. In the same way, if I want to change its color, if I want to change its color, then what is the property to change the color? Obviously the property name to change the color is what? Obviously color, right? And in the value you can give any color name that you want to be for this particular h1 element, right? Let's say I want to like make it red, so I will give it red. Let's say if I want to give it blue, I will give it blue, right? Guys, I want to give it to green, I can give it to green, right? So you can give any value, guys, any value which is obviously that has to be a that has to be the name of color, right guys? So for now I'm giving it red value. You can give it anything like the color name, uh, blue, green, yellow, reddish, anything. Okay guys, are we clear? Are we clear? Yeah, Gangumala, good evening. Are we clear till here, guys? If you have to change the color of anything, if you have to change the color, what property you are going to use? The property that you are going to use is the color. This property we will be using, and in its value we will be giving the color name. In its value we will be giving the color name. In its value we will be giving the color name. Guys, this is what? This is my property, and this is my value. This is my value. Is it clear guys? Okay, okay, yeah, Kriti and my blog, good, good. In a same way, inside the color, this was the very first, you can say, the property that was color. This was the color property. If you want to change inside this colors category, this was the very first property, which was color. Now we have some more property, let's explore them. The second property that we will be covering inside this color category is going to be your background color. Background color. So in case if you want to change the background color of any elements, right? How you can do that? Let's say I want to change the background color of this h1. So firstly I will select it. Firstly what I will do is that firstly I will select it, and then inside this like curly braces, I'll write my firstly I'll write the property name, and then I will give the value to it. Then I'll give a value to the to that property. So what is the property name for background, changing the background color? It's very simple. It's background color. Guys, we will be doing it. And I think it would be better if I do these things while coding, right guys? So let me come back to this. Let me take you to the Visual Studio Code, and then let me make a folder with day 10. Okay guys, day 10, and inside this day 10, let me make a HTML page first, index.html, and inside this HTML page, let me firstly write my boilerplate code, which is again the code which you definitely have to write to for HTML content, right? So to get the boilerplate code, you don't have to do anything. If you are in Visual Studio Code, just type exclamation and press enter. You will get the boilerplate code. Yes guys, yeah. Now let me change the title to day 10, as this is day 10. Yes guys, and let me also include a CSS file. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to link CSS, but I do not have the CSS file inside this day 10 folder. So what I will do, I'll take my cursor to this the name of this style.css, like the href value, this href attribute value have the like file name, right? Or you can say the path of the css file, right? So what I'm going to do is that I am not having this style.css file, which is again the css file inside this day1 folder. So what I will do to create the style.css, firstly I'll create a press control, and then I'll take my cursor to this, and I will, and it will say that you do not have that file, and if you want to create a file, click on create, and if you don't want, cancel it. Okay, so obviously I want to create a file, so I'll click on this create file, and you will see that that file has been created. Okay guys, so css file has been included, css file has been included. Now what I am going to do, is that what I am going to do, I am going to create a box. I'm going to create a box. I'm going to create a box, not a box, but I'm going to create no, multiple boxes. So let me create a box with a class div. Let me create a div with class box, who will have the class box, and inside this, let me have multiple box. Let me have multiple box. Div dot box box one, and let me give it one. Let me have another value, another div dot box 2, and let me give it two content to it, as this is the second box, right guys? And let me give it another, let me create another div box 3, and so on. Like I'll be having 3 would be enough to understand things. 3 would be enough to understand things. Okay guys, all right. So obviously I'll have to like start my live server. So to start my live server, I'll simply click on this go live button, and my live server will be started. Yes guys, if you will see it, my live server is starting now. Yeah, it's started. It has been started. Let me see. Yeah, it has been started. Let me open it in left, right, and let me open my Visual Studio Code in left. Okay guys, right. Now if you guys would see this div element content is displaying like this for now. This like things are displaying like this for now, right? I want it to display in a box. I want to display it in a box. How can I do that? How? It's very simple. What I will have to do, I'll have to give some width and some height to each of this div, each of this inner div. Okay guys, so how will I select all of these div? How will I select all of these div? Firstly I will have to select this box 1, then box 2, then box 3, and we already have given the class. So what if I want to like, obviously all of these div have different classes. So if I will give some width and height to this box 1, that width and height would only be applied on this div only, because this div has like is having only this box 1 classes. So let me take another common class, inner box, and let me copy and paste it to the further divs, right? And now if I will select that class, you already know class selector. And now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to give some width. Let me give it 100 pixel, and let me give it also some height as 100 pixel. Yes guys, and if I will save it, you guys would see that this 1 and this 2 is having some space right now, because this one this is the very first div, and now this is having some width and some height, right guys? Right? Okay guys, now let's say, for now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to change the background color of this box 1. I'm going to change the background color of this box 1. Okay guys, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to change the background color of this box 1. Hello sir, how are you? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, okay. So to change the background color of this box 1, what I have to do, what will I do, guys? Yeah, I will select the box 1 with the help of the class selector. Obviously, I have given the box 1 class to the first box. So I'm going to change the background color. Okay, and if I will press, if I will save it, it would see that color is showing right now. That color is display has been like is applied to this box 1, to this box 1. Okay, guys. Now if I want to change the color, if I want to change the color of this box 1 content, how can I do that? Using the color property, using the color property. So if I want to make for, if you would see, then like the for now the color is black, but if I want to change it to white, how can I, if I will change the color property to white, and if I will save it, you would see the color of this one has been changed to white, right? Yes guys, is this clear? So if you have to change the background color, what will you do? What will you do? You will use this background color property, and you will give the value of any color you want in the background. And if you want to change this color, if you want to change the color of the content, how can I do that? Obviously using the color property, using the color property. The same thing that I'm going to do for the another box, like box 1 and box 2, sorry, box 2 and box 3, box 2 and box 3, guys. Obviously this time for box 2 I'm going to give some different color. So let me like select the color from the color picker. Let me this time let me give it some green wala shade, and if I will save it, you will see. Yeah, let me change the color. Let me change the color of this box 3 as well. Let me change the color of this box. Let me take it as blue or something. Yeah, yes guys, if I will save it, you guys would see the color has been, the background color of the divs, all these 3 boxes has been changed. And how did I have how did I change the background color? Obviously using the background color property. And to change the color of the content, how you will use the color property. Yes guys. Yeah. Now if you guys would see, obviously each of these boxes, in the very orientation session, I told you guys that on your web pages, all of the content which is displayed, all of the content which is displaying, on your web pages can be, consider those content inside a container, So if I will consider this box 1 as a container, then definitely you can see that this container has some border. Obviously, right? And if I want to change the color of that like border, if I want to change the color of the border, how can I do that? It's very simple, using the border color property. Guys, we'll understand all of the properties, but let's move like one by one. Border color, let's say I want to give it blue. So actually for now it is not visible. Why it is not visible? Because I have not given a border to it. So to give a border to any container, right? To give a border to any element, you can say, what I will do, I will use the border property. I'll use the border property. In the border property, firstly you generally like assign, this is the shortcut, this is the shorthand. Obviously guys, let me take you to the whiteboard. Yeah, to change the background color to sorry guys, we were about to understand this border. Yes guys, border is what? Border is nothing. It is something like, if you are having a container, then the surrounding, like you can say the surrounding path, consider as the border. If you want to change the border property, like these border properties have 3 value. This is the shorthand property, in which I'll be giving the Three property. First is going to be the border width, border width, border. In border width, you can you can give it any value. Let's say I am giving it 1 pixel. So 1 pixel would be the border. 1 pixel will be 1 pixel will be the border. 1 pixel will be the border of that container. And then after that, you basically say that style of the border, how you want the border to be displayed, how that border should be displayed on the container. Either you want it as a solid or dotted or anything. Actually I'm going to give you, I'm going to exactly show you how you can do that. And at the last, you give the border color. You give the border color. Let's say I want black. I want black, so I'll give it a black. So let me show you this in code. Okay, so border, what I will do, firstly I will give it a border width. So I want 5 pixel as width, 5 pixel. And then I want solid, I want solid. And then I want like black. Okay, like that color has already been now if you guys would see, this black has not been applied, has not been applied. But if I will comment it, if I will comment it, if I will comment it, and if I will save it, you guys would see that black is being displayed. So always remember guys, always remember, let me show you something which is really important. Let me show you something which is really important. Let's say to change the background color, to change the background color, like I want to change the background color of a deep like box 1, right? Let's say I want to change the color. So for, on first I want to change it to white. Then below to it, just below to it, I am also again selecting this box 1 and I'm changing its color to red. I'm changing its color to red. Guys, which color would be like in action to this box 1? Which color will be in action to this box 1? Can anyone of you guys? Can anyone of you guys? Guys, जो सबसे लास्ट में होता है, राइट, जो सबसे लास्ट में होता है, the property which you have retained, which you have changed on the bottom, on the bottom. Let's say if you see in code, if you see in code, you would see like on the 8th line, I want the border color to be black. But again at the same time on the 9th line, I want the border color to be something else, something else. Yes guys, something else, right? So in that case, which property value will be in action, that will be the property value which is on the bottom, which is on the bottom. If you would see, the 9th number is on bottom to the 8. So obviously the 9th number property value would will be in action. 9th number property value will be in action, guys. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear? Is it clear, guys? Yes. If I will save it, again you will see the same thing. And what if I want to add some border to this box too? It's very simple. Border and then the border width. So this time let's say I want again 5 pixel. You can give it anything that you want. And let's say this time around want to give it solid. I want the border style to be dotted, okay guys, will be dotted. And then the color, this time I'm going to give it as, let's say, okay guys, what color should I pick? What color should I pick? Can anyone suggest? Let me pick it as red. And if I will save it, guys, you will see this time the border is like the border is not solid. Why? What is the, can anyone of you guys tell me what is the difference between the border of box 1 and the border of box 2? Yes guys, what is the difference between the border of box 1 and the border of box 2? Quickly guys. My blog शायद हर्षाली Kriti, paratha, any one of you guys? Shayad, red. Only red is the difference. I'm asking the difference. I'm asking you to take out the difference. What is the difference between the border of box 1 and the border of box 2, guys? Yes. Yeah, the difference between both of this box border is that it's a style. It's a style. Yes, sir, it's a style. Box 1 border style is solid, and box 2 border style is dotted. Yeah, so we can use these thing accordingly. And now I'm going to show you guys some of the website where you can practice this thing on to improve your like designing skills. Okay, so obviously if you want to learn anything about any of this property, what you will have to do is that while coding in Visual Studio Code, if you will hover on that property or on that value, you will on that property you will get a MDN reference. You will get a MDN reference. So this is the website of MDN. Like if you will click on it, it will take you to the website of MDN. Now what is MDN? Now what is MDN? Kriti, another one is not point, another one is dotted. Yeah, another one is dotted. Okay. Yeah. Harshali has mentioned that. Yes, good. So if you will click on it, it will take you to the MDN website where you will get to know all of the thing about this background color property. So this is, you can say, a developer guide. This is, you can say, like a notebook provided by Mozilla. Like Mozilla has provided you a developer guide on its website, MDN, right? But now I'm going to show you another website. Obviously some of you guys would be aware of this website, which is W3 School. W3 School. Some of you guys would be aware of this website, because this is very much popular when it comes to learning any like programming language, especially the development wala part. Yes, guys. So if you will click on this learn css, you can also explore css over here. And if you would see, all of the like things is very structured. Firstly you have the introduction. On introduction you will see the entire content over here. Or what I was explaining you guys was the color property. You will see the properties, how you can use it, okay guys. Color property, inside the color property you have background color, how you can set the background color, how you can change the text color, right guys? To change the background color, you use this background color property, and you assign a value to this background color property, and that will be in action, right guys? And to change the color of the content, you use this color property. Yes guys. Yeah. And to give a border, to any element, or you can say the any container, you will use this border. Use this the border. Okay guys. Guys, are we clear? Yeah, are we clear till here, guys? Guys, are we clear? Yes, Kriti. Another one is dotted. So you can practice things on this W3 School. Let's say you want to play with this code. You just have to click on that, and then if you want to change its color to, for now it is having tomato color, and if you want to change it to blue, just simply change it to blue and run it. Now if you will see that property color has been changed, right? So obviously for practice it is a very good website, and obviously you will also be learning so much on this website. So I would say, take the help of this website to learn things better, in a better way. Okay guys. Okay, Kriti. Now let me also give a border to this box 3. Now this time I want the let me give it a 5 pixel border with only. This time I'm giving it as a style to solid, and this time I'm going to give the color to black. And if I will save it, you will see that thing in action, guys. Now you must be thinking, like, inside this color, what are the value which is allowed? Color value, values in color properties, values in color property. What are the value which are allowed in this color properties, guys? So if you want to give it a value to this color property, the very first thing is that you can give a color name. Right? So as of now, approximately 145 plus colors names are available, and it depends on the browser. It depends upon the browser. If you are using Chrome, then some color would not be visible to that browser, and if you are using Firefox, like Firefox or Brave or Ace, so the name of the color property depend on the browser, but approximately 140 or 145 color names are available, guys. Approximately, I'm not sure, but it is more than 140 plus. Approximately 140 plus names are available, color names are available as of now. Yes, guys. So this was the very first way how you can give the value to this color property, by giving a name, Second one is the RGB format. Well, let me make you more comfortable to this RGB. In RGB, R stand for red. Can any one of you guys tell me what would be the meaning of this G? Guys, G for, in RGB, R stand for red and G stand for what? Can any of you guys? Obviously, it's green. And then the B stand for, obviously, blue. Yes, guys. And whenever you will be using this RGB format, yes sir, red, green and blue, whenever you will be using this RGB format, the intensity of this red, this green, this blue is defined, that you can only like use the intensity between this range. And what is that? It's 0 to 25, 255, 0 to 255, 0 to 255. This is the intensity of the color that you can use in your RGB format. Yes, guys. Yeah. Yes, guys. Sometime let's say you are using this RGB, red, green, blue. So you have created a color with the help of this red, green and blue RGB format. The next parameter that you can consider in this RGB format is the alpha. What is this alpha? You already have understood what is red, green and blue. Actually, you are making a color with the help of this RGB, red, green, blue. Now what is this alpha? Alpha is nothing but it is used to define the opacity of the color that you are going to use with this RGB format. So this is the opacity. As we defined, the intensity of this red green blue is will be in between to 0 to 20 to 55. Same way opacity is going to be in range of 0 to 1. So the if you are giving it max 1, so it will be on its peak, or you can say it will be in on its max, and if you are giving it to 0, it will be on its very low. Okay guys, is to define the alpha usually used to define the opacity of the color. Opacity of the color. So RGB was the second way. RGB was the second way. Now guys, third way is to give the color value to the color property is that hexadecimal color. Hexadecimal color. Hexadecimal color. Yes guys. Are we clear guys? Yeah. In hexadecimal decimal color, you use this use that red green blue format, but this time you are not going to take that syntax. Going to take that syntax. Yes guys. Am I clearly audible guys? Am I clearly audible? Okay, okay, okay. So let me give you the syntax for this RGB. For this RGB. So what you do? What you do? You basically, if you are considering this alpha, so firstly you write the RGB, RGB, and if you are also taking the alpha, you will write A, right? And inside this parenthesis, you firstly will giving the intensity for red, then after that you are going to give the intensity for green, then you are going to give the intensity for blue, and then you are going to give the value for this alpha, which is again the opacity for your color of RGB. Okay guys, so obviously I already have told you this intensity is will be in between to 0 to 25 to 55 to 55. So let's say if I want obviously in between of 0 to 55 you can use anything, let me show you, on code. So let me change the background color. Of this box one. Good guys. Let me change the background color of this box one using RGB format. RGB. Okay. If you want to take the alpha, you can take, but if you don't want to take alpha, you can skip that as well. That is optional. That is something which is optional. Okay guys, so if you will see it, like for now I'm giving the value as red, green, blue, but that this is not how you give the value. You will be giving the value in its intensity value. So let's say I want to give the intensity of the red as 200. Actually I have not been tested, but I'm going to give like I'm using it giving it a random value, and let's see how what color do we get. 50, and let me give it to 0, and if I will save it, it is again blue. And second guys, yeah. So let me give it to the biggest value, and to all of this let me give 0. What do you guys expect? what would be the value, what would be the value of what would be the background color of box 1, what would be the background color of this box 1, guys? What would be the background color of box 1 with this RGB color? Of course it is going to be red, because red has the biggest value, and all of that, all of, obviously I'll also have to assign a alpha. Let me consider it to 1, and let me give it over here RGB. Sorry guys, actually yeah, like that has been changed. If you will see, the background color has been changed. If you don't want to take alpha, you can skip it as well, you can skip it as well. If I will give it to 200 as blue, uh, you can see we are having a different color as pink. So you can and let's say increase the opacity of green. Let's increase the opacity of green to 100, and if I will save it, it is again pink. And let me decrease the intensity of red, and if I will save it, you will see the color has been changed, right? So you can do the experiment, okay guys, you can do the experiment with this RGB. And if you also want to take alpha, you can take alpha. And if in value to the alpha, if I'll give it 0, you will see what happened. You see what happened, color has been gone, because the opacity is 0. Opacity is like how visible you want it to be. So 0 means that thing would not be visible. Opacity has been like has been 0, means that color is now not visible. If I will give it to 0.5, you will see that color will be visible, but on a very minute amount, very minute amount. If I will make it to 1, you will see it will get darker, yes guys. Is it clear guys? So this was RGBA, right? Obviously RGB format. Now let's explore this hexadecimal. Okay guys, in hexadecimal, you also like this, the syntax is very simple. First, as the name suggests, this is this is a hexa, so there would be kind of hash, so you will be using hash. And then after that, you will be writing RR for red, and GZ for green, and BB for blue. And the intensity of this color, red, green and blue, this time would in between of O to FF, okay guys, O to FF, okay guys. On RGBA format, the intensity was in between 0 to 2 to 5, but this time we are having intensity between O to FF, okay guys. Is it clear? Guys? Are we clear guys? Yes. Yeah. Let me do another experiment. With this RRGZBBA. So if you would see, we already have a hexadecimal over here, and if you will hover on it, you will see you will get to have the different hexadecimal value of a different color. So you can use these three different value to your color property, and obviously the rest you can do experiment on your own. And obviously if you will do experiment on your own, you will learn a lot more things. Okay guys, are we clear till here? Guys? Yes. Okay, let's move ahead and understand some more property. The next property that we are going to learn now is that background image. Let's say I want to give some background image to this box 1. So for now, let me comment it down, and if we'll save it, like this box 1 does not have any background color. I want to give it a background image. So to give a background image, what property we will be using? It's very simple. We'll be using the background image property. And inside the background image property, we'll be giving a URL. We'll be giving a URL of the image that we are going to use over here. Right guys? So inside this URL, I'm going to give the path of the image. So actually out of outside this day 1, outside this day 10, I'm having some folder, I'm having some image. So let me take those yeah, actually I'll have to go out of this folder. And if you actually I hope you did I have told you guys that how do we move inside a route. Did I guys did I have covered this URL wala part, guys? Did I have taught you the URL concept, guys? Do you guys know how to navigate from one folder to another folder, in forward direction or in a backward direction? Are you guys having idea or not, guys? Yes, guys. So see, I have given up image path, and you would see that image is being in its background now. That image is visible in its background now, right, guys? Right. Let's say uh I don't want to give it any height or background, any height. Let me increase the height of this uh, box. Let me give it a width as 100%. Okay. And height as 100% as well. Height 100%. Sorry guys, 100 vh. Yeah, if you guys would see, actually the image is not properly visible. So to make the image properly visible, what we can do, we can use take the help of another properties. We can take the help of another properties. Yes, guys. Yeah. So we are having let me not give the width as 100%. Let me not give the width as 100%. Now if you want to change the background position, right? How can we do that? We have separate properties for to do those things as well, guys. Are we clear till here? Are we clear till here? Give me a thumbs up in chat, guys. And now we'll be taking a doubt for next 5 minutes. If you guys have any doubt, put that into the chat, and the rest of the property that we'll be covering in the next class, next session. And if you guys want me to cover anything else, do let me know in comment, or like after this after we end the session. Or of course, if you have anything to say now, you can obviously write in chat, guys. Yeah, guys. Guys, do you have any question to ask? If you guys have, ask me in chat, or we can wrap up the session. We'll be learning some more property, and then we'll be creating some form, and we'll also be creating some table. And after creating some stylish form and a stylish table, we'll be moving ahead and we'll be creating a project. Okay, guys. But before creating a project, there are some concepts which we definitely need to know. And those concepts are box model, and flax box, right? Grid. So we'll cover all of these in very depth and in very creative way. And after that, we'll be creating some awesome project, and you guys definitely going to enjoy that project. And I will also show you that how like where you can deploy your front end project, and you can share the link with your friends and family to show them that you have created a project. you have created a product. Okay, guys, uh, any question? Any question, guys? Or should we wrap up the session? If you guys do not have any question, let's wrap up the session. Or